she suddenly noticed something strange. Her son, who had been diagnosed with ADHD, was quietly watching a chess match in the park. Curious, she decided to test a theory. She walked up to an elderly man who was playing alone and offered him $5 to teach her son a game. All she wanted was to see how long her son could stay focused. But what happened next shocked her. Josie only made 4 moves before putting the old man in check.
Chef.
She couldn't believe it. This was the very first time her son had ever played chess. Could he be a genius? Eager to find out, she waited for the outcome. But the old man suddenly got stubborn. He refused to admit defeat. Instead, he insisted he had actually won. Yet little Josie didn't argue. He simply said, "Thank you," and walked away. Back home, she couldn't wait to see more. She asked her husband to play against Josie. At first, Dad was full of confidence. He thought there was no way he'd lose to a kid. But an hour later, his face was frozen. Not only did he lose badly, he had only managed to take 1 piece from Josie's side. And the most shocking part? Josie was in the bathtub the entire time, playing blindfolded without ever seeing the board. That was the moment George realized his son's talent was real. The next day, he brought Josie to a chess club to sign him up, but the club was full of top-level players. No coach wanted to waste time on a 7-year-old, so George decided to take him home. As they were leaving, he noticed Josie playing chess in the lobby. The match was intense. Each player was moving at lightning speed, barely a second between turns. And then Josie won. His opponent froze, stunned he'd just lost to a 7-year-old. From that day on, George took Josie to the park to play every afternoon. Josie was happy. He made friends. Life felt good. Until one day, a renowned chess master named Bruce came looking for them. That's when George found out. The player Josie had beaten that day wasn't just anyone. He was the national champion. Bruce was so impressed. He offered to coach Josie at half price. But George hesitated. He had tried so many hobbies with his son before. None of them lasted. Thanks to Josie's lack of focus, he didn't want to get his hopes up again. But Bruce refused to give up. He followed them home and gave Josie a few simple tests. Then he told George with certainty, "Your son doesn't have ADHD. He just thinks faster than other kids. That's why he seems impatient." He promised to bring out Josie's full potential. Hearing that, George paid the tuition without hesitation. 1 month later, he brought Josie to his first official tournament. But before it even began, something felt off. The referees weren't focused on the kids. They were yelling at the parents. No shouting, no trash talk, no staring each other down. George was confused until the game started, while Josie was quietly focused. His opponent's parents were openly glaring at George. And then chaos broke out. 2 parents started arguing. One had scratched his ear. The other thought it was a secret signal. As a result, all the parents were kicked out of the hall. The kids loved it. They clapped and laughed. But the parents? They were locked in a side room pacing, praying, panicking. George stared at the rankings on the wall. Josie was winning every round. Soon, other parents started coming over, pretending to make small talk, but clearly fishing for information. That fired up George's competitive side. During the final match, Josie and his opponent were locked in a dead heat, but off the board. The real showdown was between the 2 dads. Every time a piece was captured, someone would run back with updates. Josie just lost a pawn. George tried not to show emotion. The other dad actually came over and said, "Don't worry, your son will pull through." He even gave George a reassuring pat on the shoulder. But